Hello, I'm Meteorologist Sabrina Fein, and we are on Facebook Live. So we are here to answer any of your questions that you have about the winter storm that is coming our way right now, as well as talk about how we make our forecast and what's going on, maybe some behind the scenes numbers that you don't see on our news at 6:30 and 10 o'clock on Sunday night. So for right now, we actually have a low pressure system that's hanging out over toward the Ohio River Valley, and that's what's scooping in a lot of the moisture. It's also allowing for the instability to begin, and with that we have the snowfall coming on down. So we're watching that snow system, and you can see really how wide it is. So we're not the only ones that are talking about the snow. In fact, if you have relatives in Chicago, like I do, have a dad there, he's talking about the snow as well. So just be in mind, you have a lot to talk about with your relatives that are living in other places. Our radar right now, as of 8 o'clock, you can continue to watch for some of the ice, the mixed out over toward Annapolis and out over toward Anne Arundel County. This is actually shifting further to the north over the evening hours. So we'll continue to notice that as well out over toward Towson right now, dealing with some of the snowfall. You can see the shading in blue. I do think we're starting to see, though, some dry pockets coming on down. This was expected, so don't be surprised if you notice the snow coming to an end. It does not mean, though, that we are completely done with the storm system. In fact, we are going to continue to watch for a break in the action and then more snow. We're really seeing ice in the morning, and then the snow begin to pick up once we get on into the afternoon hours. I am trying to log into the WMAR Facebook page so I can see some of your comments for you. Aha, I have it. Now I just have to figure out how to mute it for you so that you don't hear all the volumes. Okay, I see. Maria, what will be the final snow total in Middlesex? I do think we're actually anticipating anywhere between 8 to 12 inches. Looks to be a good number that we're noticing. Also noticing Jackson and 26 other people are watching. Well, I'm so glad that you are watching. That's why I'm here. Very icy peak in Chesapeake City already, and this is a concern, especially where you're noticing that shading in pink. So we will see the snow begin to form into this wintry slush and then freeze, especially when you take a look at some of the road temperatures when I get to that in just a second. This could be a repeat next Sunday, Maria's wondering. There is actually a chance of precipitation for us next Sunday, although right now it is actually a rain-snow mix, something we'll keep watching. I don't think all models have sort of accumulated that this would be anything strong or anything significant, especially when you think that now it's a La Nina, and so we usually have that jet stream further to the north, prohibiting a lot of the storm systems to come our way. So it's not likely that we would see this again, but there is a small chance of rain and snow next weekend. Let's see, what else do we have for you? What about the totals for Hartford County? Brittany, I think you're actually going to end up seeing maybe close to about 12 inches, I would say, is probably a good number for you. We'll give it some buffer and say 10 to 14 inches. So we're continuing to watch. I think really this pocket right out over toward Cecil County is going to end up seeing a little bit of the strongest snowfall out over toward the region. When you put all the snowfall totals together for about the last 3 days, I will get to your snowfall totals for you just a second. Here we go. This is what I have at least built for you right now. Cockeysville 4 inches so far, Reisterstown also 4 inches. I do think most of the action, we have seen that over the evening hours, and now we're starting to dry things out for us. Out over toward, it looks like Baldwin 4 inches, Timonium 3 inches there, and even out over toward Northeast 2 inches for today. And then heading out over toward Bowie, you're looking at 2 inches, and out over toward Elkridge 3 inches as far as the snowfall totals for today alone. Today is the heaviest snowfall total day. Then we'll end up seeing a little bit more snow, ice mix into the morning hours. Everyone, I do hope you'll be safe. People, oh no, Deborah, you work in DC. Should you go to work tomorrow? That answer I would say is no. Try to work virtually, especially in the morning hours when we have the greatest ice potential. And then once we get to 1 o'clock, we'll see some of the snow really begin to pick up in intensity as well. So we have Westminster, you want to know about the forecast there, and in Essex. So we will get to all of that. Here we go. The heaviest snow is for today. We'll end up seeing freezing rain Monday morning. That's why it's a concern if you do have to drive anywhere into the morning hours for work. If you have meetings, maybe ask your boss if you can push it back a few hours. Roads are going to be below 32 degrees until we get to Wednesday, and we're also going to be dealing with high winds, 25 to 30 mile per hour gusts in the morning hours. So imagining shoveling your snowfall, and that's really what you're going to be dealing with. Oh, Stephanie loves the snow. She wants some more snow, please. Well, it is winter, so most likely you will, in fact, get more snow. Four-wheel drive just means that all 4 tires spin. I think that with four-wheel drive, you sort of have this false security blanket when you have four-wheel drive. I think you still have to really take precautions and ice the driveways. I know I have this super steep driveway and I'm extremely nervous to get home tonight, thinking maybe I'll just park it at the bottom of the driveway and walk up the hill, because this is the reason why. The future ice, okay? So you can see out over toward Bel Air, potentially by tomorrow morning, 1/10 of an inch of ice out there. Out over toward Chestertown, 1800s, and Elkton, about 1200. So this is going to cause some significant glazing, especially for those who do have to still travel. I know a lot of schools, thankfully, they are virtual, but if you do have private school kids, they have been, most that I know of, have been canceled for tomorrow. The commute at 6 a.m. from Timonium to Parkville, John Willie wants to know. At 6 a.m. you actually might end up seeing a little bit of a dry spell. However, it's going to be the roads that are fairly icy. Once we get to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, you'll start to notice the snow really begin to pick up. So I think the morning hours are going to think the system's over, but it's not, my friends. We have the ice to contend with and then more snow building in on the back end of it. Let's see, what is it doing in Baltimore? Right now it's still snowing in Baltimore, but we are anticipating most likely in about the next 30 to 45 minutes that we'll end up seeing that snow turning over to that wintry mix. Did you notice the road temperature map, by the way? It was all below freezing until we get to Wednesday at 10 in the morning, and that's when we actually see temperatures then coming up. So that's why any precipitation that comes down has that potential of freezing, so that's a big concern for us. No more snow, please, Sabrina. You're ready for spring, Lisa? I'm right there with you. Winter is not my favorite season. Can you believe that? Let's see what else there is. No more snow. Today is the highest snow in Cecil. If today is the highest snow in Cecil County is 2 inches and we are about done for the day, how is Cecil? Oh, very good question. Okay, so this low pressure system that we showed you in the beginning of this Facebook Live is going to move offshore. We'll be on the back side of it for Monday and Tuesday. So it's going to continue to pull in these like outer bands of snow, and then wherever it just sits there and just dumps, kind of like when you think of a hurricane, it's just going to continue to allow for the snowfall to fall in the same place. And the latest model has that happening over Cecil County, where you're going to end up picking up most of your snow, maybe just Cecil County, on into, I'd say, Monday night and into Tuesday. Maybe Monday night probably I would strengthen that. And that is why for you have the highest potential later on into the first half of the work week. But the models can still change, and that's just looking at sort of this band trading in that same location. Let's see. Oh, Jamie L. loves the snow and wants to keep it going. Well, you will be happy to know that, yes, next Sunday we have a small chance of some rain and snow as well for you. Okay, so here is your future snowfall totals, okay? Tomorrow morning when you wake up, you could be noticing 4.2 inches out toward the Inner Harbor, right? So not a whole lot more than what we've already accumulated. Essex getting close to 6 inches, Bel Air about 7 inches. And now notice what happens though as we head through Tuesday morning. Did you see that pocket out towards Cecil County right near Elkton Farm? So that's what we're watching. For the most part now, we're going with about 6 to 10 inches of snowfall for a general location. Found further out over to the west, we might end up seeing out over toward Westminster and Parkton, maybe 8 to 14 inches, depending on where that outer band really begins to sit up. So something that's still going to change, and obviously Lynette will have that for you tomorrow morning. Okay, let's go to our next graphic, unless you have more questions for us. Let's walk, you can go ahead and take a look at the screen here so you can get an idea of how much snow you are in fact anticipating to get for this whole 2-day event. Remember, this winter storm warning is in fact up for us until we get to Tuesday at about 6 a.m. We'll continue to watch for that snow to roll really throughout the area. So I'll go back to this low pressure system. How about we go back to the radar? You might like to see that, right? Here we go. Let's go to this radar so you can see the snowfall that's then eventually churning out over into, here we go. Don't you love Facebook Live? It catch me on my off guard, right? Okay. Love the snow. Jose loves the snow. Okay, so now you see the radar. Keep your questions coming to me. I have to sort of multitask here, right? I had the clicker on one hand. Now I go ahead and have my phone so that I can see all of your comments that are in fact coming on in. Do I think it is smart to take the kids to daycare tomorrow morning? John wants to know. To be honest, I think it's better if you can work from home and watch your own kids at home, just simply because of the roads being so icy and slick, and then the snow coming in by the afternoon. If you can try to just stay home, that is best. It is the safest option for you. If you must go out, I know like I had to in order to come to the studio, you want to make sure you have a blanket, you have some water and some food, just in case something happens. Maybe you're in an accident. I'm terrified. My car's going to flip over. So you just want to be on the safe side. Really there. Michelle, I am happy to work for you guys on Sunday. In fact, coming to work is one of my favorite days of the week. And if they will be open. People want to know if their daycares are going to be open. Like I said, oh look, we already heard in Hampstead there's getting some icing reporting already there. So we are noticing some of that pink precipitation that is going to continue really to roll throughout the region, and that's what's going to in fact turn on into the ice. Okay, looks like I have answered all of your lovely questions. Michelle, I'm so glad you love my sweater, and I will have more as well as your full forecast. We'll walk you hour by hour and city by city coming up tonight at 11. Bye guys.